a ball and join in, everybody.
This familiar phrase has led movie audiences and heartwarming songs for generations. And it is just as much a part of the American culture as Coca-Cola and the Popcicle. Originally conceived in 1924, Max Fleischer's Bouncing Ball sing-alongs were the first audience participation films and the first animation coordinated with sound. Music publishing had become big business in the first quarter of the 20th century. And because of the popularity of Out of the Inkwell and Coco the Clown, Max Fleischer was approached about the possibility of using animation to promote music. This led to what was originally called the Coco Song Cartoons. But there are variations on their origins. One version says that music publisher Charles K. Harris approached Max in 1924 and asked him about producing song films to promote sheet music. Another version says that Gus Edwards, who was famous for the song School Days, approached Max in a similar manner. Regardless, Max agreed without having any idea how to go about it, and turned to his brothers for the answer.
Nobody really will say who thought of the idea. But the idea of the sing-alongs came from my dad, who did it in silent movies. While the projectionist was changing reels, they would actually put a slide up and sing along with it. And my dad always thought that, gee, it would be great to have some kind of pointer to hit the lyrics. I'm pretty sure it was probably Max who thought of the idea of a ball bouncing on it. They worked out a situation where they put the lyrics on a drum, and my dad had a baton that was all black, and except it had a white ball on the end, and he wore a black glove, and he would actually bounce the ball, and the drum would turn to the next set of lyrics, and he would bounce the ball on each lyric as it came by.
Austrian-born Hugo Riesenfeld was the manager of the Rialto, Rivoli, and Criterion theaters on Broadway. In 1924, he formed the Red Seal Pictures Corporation in a partnership with Max Fleischer. Riesenfeld was aware of Max's background as an inventor and introduced him to Dr. Lee deForest, who had developed the sound-on-film process known as phonofilms. These were being shown in several Broadway theaters.
The expenses of the government reach everybody. Taxes take from everyone a part of his earnings and force everyone to work for a certain part of his time for the government.
Because of Max's interest in technology, he was teamed up with deForest to produce 21 song cartoons as sound releases starting in 1925. These film novelties were released in both silent and sound versions and became popular entries on the film program.
The chorus was animated, usually pretty richly, with effects such as words that exploded and tilted and all that sort of thing. And I must say the ideas, too, are usually whimsical and sometimes downright hilarious. The audiences were very fond of Max Fleischer cartoons.
When sound became the official standard in 1929, the Fleischers had the benefit of 4 years' experience and started producing the bouncing ball for Paramount under the new title Screen Songs. This time the animation was more elaborate and the ball was the star. Starting in 1931, the Screen Songs featured personalities of stage and recordings. In 1935, the series shifted to promoting some of the big bands of the swing music era. When the United States entered World War II, the bouncing ball was pressed into service to entertain troops and boost morale. Their power was so great that the Army placed them as a priority just above guns and ammunition. While other studios produced sing-along films, they were not as popular as the ones with the famous bouncing ball. When the song films were sold to television, a new generation sang along in the comfort of their living rooms.
When the red, red robin comes, bob, bob, bobbing along.
The ball continues bouncing along in commercials and music videos, proving to be just as effective today as it was in the 1920s. So why does the bouncing ball continue to entertain? It's because a ball is the earliest form of entertainment that we've known. It's simple, and simple things communicate universally. This may explain the appeal of the Max Fleischer bouncing ball cartoons, but now they have become something more than just lighthearted entertainment. They are a record of our history. They pioneered the union of animation and music. They were the first audience participation films and the true ancestors of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the Karaoke, and today's music videos.